everybody, this is Brian from Project Adyton. I got a big rig update to do for everybody since my last video, which I want to say quickly thank you for everybody who got a chance to go over and check it out. This is a new rig. We'll jump right in. This is my new guitar case. Company called Scott Dixon Cases, based out of Europe, builds these. This one specifically will hold 3 Les Paul or 3 Strat style guitars. My main guitar that I'm using right now is an LTD EC-1000 Blue. These are in drop B tuning with a 70 gauge string on it. We've got 2 in the case here. One operates on wireless. The other will run just off a cable as backup. The other guitar is another EC-1000. It's the Red model. We use this in a drop D tuning, and I believe it's a 56 gauge on that. This is the new rack, custom built by BradyCases.com. Guys do unbelievable custom work there. I'll put a link below to get to their website. Really good stuff they're doing over there. And the cabinet case, also by Brady Cases, for the Mesa Boogie 412. It's a rectifier cab with a straight front. And the clip on the amp is from a company called Amp Clamp, to allow you to kind of permanently mic your stuff. It's a Sennheiser E609 that I'm using right there, and that will actually stay there under the cabinet lid. So it's got the right depth to be able to handle that. So as soon as that lid comes off, I'm already mic'd up, ready to go. Okay, this is the new rack. I want to quickly run down what's in it for you guys, just to let you know what I'm using. This is the Furman PL-Pro DMC power conditioner. It's the 20 amp model. The actual guitar signal chain starts right here. There's 2 G90 wireless units from line 6. One is pretty much just serving as a backup, but right now they're both being used. The blue screen one is operating the wireless for the blue guitar, and the red will operate the red guitar. It's controlled right here from the Whirlwind multi-selector for the blue and red guitars, to switch to a regular cable if we need to, and then a master mute for the entire rig. So from the wireless units and the cable, that all feeds into the Decimator here. It's the ProRack G. Unbelievable unit, totally worth every penny. A lot of people have asked if it's much better than the pedal version or like a Boss NS2 noise suppressor. This thing keeps this rig totally silent, doesn't squash notes, doesn't cut anything out that it shouldn't be cutting. We're definitely worth every penny. So the preamp here is a Mesa Boogie Triaxis. The master distortion that I'm using is the lead 2 green channel, which is the Boogie Mark IV preamp. That'll feed in to the Pod HD Pro from line 6. Not using any amp modeling out of that, just using it as an effects processor right now. And then the whole rig is powered by a Mesa Boogie Rectifier Stereo 2100 model. There's 2 of them in the rack here, obviously. One is just serving as backup. They went out of production, I guess, middle of last year, middle of 2012 sometime. So as long as I could pick up a backup, I figured I might as well grab one. And then there's a rack drawer on the bottom, hold all my straps and accessories, all that stuff. If you happen to see my last video, I was using the longboard, line 6 longboard, to control my channel switching. Right now, since I wasn't doing a ton of effects changes or channel switching, I'm just using the MK2 Express board. So it gives you 4 channels to switch from, plus an expression pedal. It's working just fine for me. It's a lot less to carry around when you consider all this stuff. And the way the channel switching works is this will run directly into the pod, and then a MIDI out of the pod into the Triaxis. So as I change channels here on the pod, it's also changing my Triaxis channels. So let's hear what it all sounds like. Alright, before we finish up here, I wanted to show you guys one other cool thing, and this is definitely what sets Brady cases apart from everybody else. They were able to do extra handles on the sides and to put these vent panels in just so the gear doesn't overheat, and they were able to do a jack panel on the back for me, which we can go ahead and check out in a little more detail here. Alright, so this is the back of the guitar rack. We've got power plugs in right here. The output of both power amps is wired to here, so we can just send these to the cabinet. Under it is where the guitar cable plugs in case one of the wirelesses fail and we got to run a regular cable. And under that is the Cat 5 for the expression pedal and the channel switcher for the line 6. So what we can do is just with the carabiner D-ring, we can go ahead and clip these up here so they stay out of the way when we push the rack against the wall, and that keeps everything tidy out of the way. In case we have to run any cables out of the back of the rack, we've got a door here to be able to do that, which I guess you could also use as extra ventilation if you had to. And we've also got a fan on the back of the rack just to keep everything circulating and keep everything nice and cool. Okay, now despite there being a lot of equipment in this rack, I try and keep things as simple as I can, believe it or not. This back lid is on a hinge, so rather than having to take it off and feed cables into the rig, which is why we did the jack panel, but everything is on this hinge here, so we can just leave that panel on the rack. We can just get to a gig and get moving. So the wiring job in the back, it's all really clean. We've got power cables separate from audio cables, just so there's no hum or crosstalk there. The wiring job was done by Dan Maloney from Void of Kings. Awesome Baltimore band. Put their link in the description below as well. Everything's real clean, no issues. Did a really great job. Threw the light on here in case we've got to investigate anything. If we do have any issues, it just makes everything real easy. Thanks everybody for checking out the video. Again, this is Brian from Project Adyton. I'll put some description links and stuff below of the gear that I was talking about and some of the settings that I use on it. I don't have a fractal axe effects in the rig right now. I'm really happy with the tone that I'm getting out of the Mesa Boogie Triaxis. I don't use many effects, so just what the line 6 is doing for me right now is perfect. I get asked that a lot, why not just get an axe effects, but for what I'm using right now, I'm really happy with it. Got a great guitar tone that I've always wanted and couldn't be happier. So I hope you guys enjoy the video.